Hello, this is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh, and I'm already getting criticism from one guy whose comments I deleted, calling this trip a blunder. A blunder means it's a mistake, or you've done something deliberately. I did neither. Now, I want to remind people of several points. One, this entire event was set up so that I could go to AlienCon with Curtis Thornton. Only enough money was donated, and I put $25 of my own money in the fund to try to spur people to donate, and after about 2 or 3 weeks, not a dime was donated. So I canceled the effort. We needed $5,500, and there was criticism immediately of Curtis Thornton for setting it up in the first place. There was too much money. I was a con man, and I wasn't going to go, and the usual BS. But the live streaming would have been done with Curtis equipment. There would have been phone calls. He knows people in the paranormal field. He would have had interviews at the convention, including probably Linda Moulton Howe or Nick Pope. And that may happen later on with Linda Moulton Howe, because she now knows who I am face to face, and she liked me. And we have corresponded in the past. And she loved my Art Bell shirt. And she looked up at the heavens and said something to Art and said, "We miss you." And she said, "I love the shirt. Where did you get the shirt?" I said, "eBay." And it made her smile. So now I have a personal connection to Linda Moulton Howe. And there was a alien abduction seminar. I went to 2 of them. And I filmed about 15 minutes on this. And by the way, I found what happened last night when I came home and did the live streaming. This was updating. And that's what interfered with the live stream and made it sound like I was a robot and glitch. This was updating while I was doing the live stream, and it screwed the live streaming up. So I'm going to remove that video. I didn't know that until I looked over there and said, "Why is the light on this thing? It's turned off." This thing had no Wi-Fi. Now, as for Wi-Fi, for those who are not in California, there are 2 types of Amtrak. California, being a technological state, when Amtrak said we would like Wi-Fi on the trains going from San Jose to Sacramento, and Sacramento being the state capital, California says, "Yes, we will fund Wi-Fi on the trains." I have uploaded video on the California train from Martinez to Santa Clara to AlienCon 1, and it's on my website from, I think, 2 years ago. But when you get on regular Amtrak went to the federal government, and the federal government and the Congress have been cutting funds for Amtrak for years, and they said, "We'd like Wi-Fi for our passengers so they can live stream, so they can watch YouTube." And I was told that Amtrak has said, does it have anything to do with safety from getting into point A to point B? And the Amtrak said no. And they said, "We're not going to fund it." So there is no live streaming in coach class anywhere in Amtrak, at least in California. I don't know about the rest of the nation. Now, if you get in business class, there is Verizon you can sign up for. But it will not allow you to live stream. It will not allow you to watch the YouTube. You'll just be able to access the internet. I had no way of knowing this. I had assumed, since the California train going the 80 miles to Sacramento and another 60 to Santa Clara was Wi-Fi, that all of Amtrak was Wi-Fi. I didn't know this. Now, in September, I'm buying a brand new video-only iPad, a 9.7. I would love to buy 12 or an iPad Pro. I don't have that kind of money yet. My GoPro 3 will be out of the shop, out of the pawn shop. It will have a TV screen attached to it. I'll go buy one. I will eventually get a GoPro 6. And as I understand, the GoPro 6 has Wi-Fi and can live stream. So future events I go to, you'll have an iPad that will be Wi-Fi. This will be repaired and it will be Wi-Fi. The GoPro will be Wi-Fi, and this MacBook, if I can find a location to sit down, will be Wi-Fi. Now, the hotel, Sheraton, has a weird policy. You check in, you have to check out at noon, and you check in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, I got to Pasadena, lugged all my stuff to the hotel. The next event I go to, I'm buying wheeled luggage. I'm not carrying all this crap in my arms. Then I get to the hotel. I did 2 live streams. I was desperately hungry, hadn't eaten anything since I was on the train. So about 1 o'clock in the morning or 12:30, I go out, and they gave me the wrong printed directions. They gave me the directions they print at the hotel for cars, not on foot. And they told me to go that way, and it was the wrong way. So I walked about 8 blocks, turned around, saw 2 guys sitting in front of an apartment building, asked them for directions. They gave me the wrong directions. And with my bad left eye, I don't see well at night. And I followed down the street, saw a pretty girl, couldn't catch up to her to ask her, and saw a young Mexican fellow, and he talked to me and said, you go down that hill. I saw the Chevron, I saw a burger place, I saw CVS, and I was able to get some food, and, oh God, I forgot Kathy's candy bar. I bought Kathy a candy bar. So I walked back to the hotel. The total distance for that was 22 blocks. I was exhausted. 9 o'clock I woke up, went downstairs, lugged all my stuff out, checked out because the registration was at 10 or 11, and went around the dealer's room. On this Kindle Fire, I haven't determined if it's Wi-Fi-able or not outside of my apartment. I have videos of AlienCon, of the dealer's room. The seminars, I walked all over my stuff. I went to one function, and they said there were too many people. When I stood waiting for the alien abduction seminar in the Orion room, the line snaked, and there was probably 500 people in there. And if you remember my AlienCon videos, the first video, I was in the hotel, and the function was in the hotel. But once I had checked out, I could not access the streaming at the Sheraton because I was no longer a guest. And the manager allowed me to Wi-Fi business class. It wouldn't work with my iPad. And my iPad locked up on the train about 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the evening, completely locked up. And I was told by the 2 AV guys who do all the videoing and audio for AlienCon for every function that this is an OS glitch with Apple. And it's locking up MacBooks, iPhones, and iPads. I turned this iPad off all night, and in the morning, by using the dongle, I got it to work. Excuse me a moment. Sitting here watching Kelly's Heroes and finally showed Kathy how to use the Blu-ray player. In any event, I did a video from the lobby. You can't hear me because there's too much noise from the bar. I did a 6-second video on the 4th floor, which is a little noisy. I was not prepared for this, and I was expecting things that didn't happen. But I'm not going to give a refund because the refund, the thing was a ticket to get me to AlienCon. Live streaming was something that was supposed to happen with Curtis Thornton. Not with me originally, but my viewers, my 1,100 subscribers, did not donate to the GoFundMe fund, and instead of it, me and Curtis Thornton, and Curtis Thornton and I taking live phone calls, and Curtis Thornton and I interviewing people in the paranormal field. He's still sitting in Illinois because the haters on Belgab immediately start saying this is all a con, well, that's too much money, and other haters. And I'm a con man, I'm never going to the event, and I had them say I was going to die on the train. So I got there. I did the best I could with equipment that is old or is broken. I won't do it again, but I'm not going to refund actually $325. And that was for the silver ticket, so I can attend all the events. The next event I attend, I will pay for. I will ask no one for help unless I'm going down there with a broken leg or a broken arm or something like that. I'll have wheeled luggage. I'll have a bellman take my luggage up to the room. I'll talk to the bellman and say, can I leave my luggage somewhere for now? When the event is over, I go home and I will fly. Also, next year, we will have a car. And at the end of next year, I will have my 4x4. And not this, but a GoPro, not a GoPro, actually, yes, the GoPro will be in the dash. The GoPro 3 will be in the dash. The GoPro 6 will be around my neck. The iPad will be installed in my Highlander Hybrid and maybe one in the Prius, but at least I'll have a clamp device. And you'll see live streaming in my Prius. You'll see live streaming at paranormal events and wherever I go. Because I'm using this as an example. If this were the iPad 9.7 inch, that will be on live stream with T-Mobile. The iPad I'm pointing at will be on live stream. This MacBook would have been live stream, but I couldn't live stream it once I wasn't a hotel guest. I only had one night's money because Wells Fargo refused to give me back my $227 that would have paid for a second night, and I would have gone back home on Monday morning instead of yesterday morning. And then further, one other thing, I would have been home 2.5 hours earlier, but on the way to home in Morgan Hill, California, about 30 miles south of San Jose, I'm guessing, I've been there once with Kathy. We got a flat tire to go get, coming back from getting me a Macintosh. That's the time the wild boar came up out of the bushes, looked at Kathy, looked at her, while I went off trying to find a phone to call AAA. We slept in our car all night and had to pay $120 for a new tire. Someone was walking on the tracks, and the engineer said he felt a bump and felt something drag, and someone died. So I posted a video on that. It has nothing to do with the paranormal, but this is what happened on the way home. So I'm posting these trip videos because I did, like I did in the first Alien Con visit, showing people what it looks like from Martinez, California, 33 miles north of San Francisco, to Los Angeles. Nothing to do with the paranormal, just this is the trip I'm taking to Alien Con. The next convention, I'll be more prepared, I won't be rushed, and it's in Baltimore. And that's not that far from Pittsburgh. And I have not seen my sister in 30 years. So I will go to see my sister and my relatives and then go back home. And I will be staying at the convention and I'll have all newer equipment and be able to do better videos. But I'm not going to give a refund to anybody because partly my subscribers should have funded the trip for Curtis. And it would have been far better, and there would have been live streaming. I can't live stream, I'm not a guest in the hotel. And I can't live stream on a train that has no live streaming. So kindly quit complaining about it. I didn't have enough information, but I had assumed that if one Amtrak train has live streaming, all of them do. And I had no way of knowing because I never took a train that didn't go from Sacramento to Martinez or from Martinez to Santa Clara before. I've never been on a train on Amtrak further than Santa Clara. This was a first in my life, and it's probably the last time I take a train long distance, unless I go business class. And the conductor said you can't go on YouTube and you can't live stream even with our business class streaming. It's not strong enough. All right, and they said the cars are built in 1977. The infrastructure of the cars are too old. It's too much steel. This is George Senda, the guy from Pittsburgh. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye-bye for now.